Next thing we have up is Seahawks and the Bears. What can we talk about this shutout game?
First of all, even though I know there's a big difference there, like I always knew the Seahawks were better than their 0-2
Yeah.
record was showing, but a shutout that was damn impressive. You know, I know the Bears didn't have Cutler, but still, a
Yeah,
shutout.
I
Man.
think that was one of the funnier things about it is, Bears looking pretty bad with Cutler, but holy shit, do the Bears look bad without Cutler? um,
The Seahawks clearly trying to make a statement. You know, like, all right,
well,
we
yeah.
went 0-2, but then we just got a shutout, so we're
Well,
not,
and then it was their, I
not done.
think, home opener for the season too. So
Yeah,
Seahawks,
yeah, it
like, definitely,
was.
like, you need a win. You want to win in front of your fans. So
Right,
making a
right.
statement is probably what ended up being on. They have a little checkoff list and like, what do we need? Touchdowns, Marshawn Lynch.
Who didn't actually help them in this game, really.
Right. What's come?
Got hurt.
There's my little segue for you about how
Right,
he hurt his
right.
hammy. His little hammy got hurt.
Yeah, which, if Marshawn Lynch didn't play, though, he's got to be hurt, because the dude always plays through injuries.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, I think a little bit about that, and I think a little bit is just like, it's just, I think this wasn't like a huge game. Well, I mean,
right,
it
right.
was a huge game because they needed
Well,
the win, but like, it's not like they're playing the Packers week 3 at 0 and
they didn't.
2.
They clearly didn't even need Lynch to shut off the
Yeah,
Bears.
yeah.
Like,
I think they
make them
kind of
look
knew
bad.
it
So,
too. That's like,
yeah, you might as well let him rest.
right.
I agree.
Although it was kind of weird because Pete Carroll had a conference after it, and he like contradicted himself when people were asking about it because he flat out said, like, first he was saying, well, it's not anything serious, I'm not worried about it, blah blah blah, and then like at the very end kind of goes, it is strange that he wasn't playing though, like it was up to him and he said that he didn't feel eligible for it, so like I don't know. It was just kind of like this weird thing. It's like it's not serious, but he says it's serious, but it's not serious. And I don't know. It just sounded weird the way he like worded it, I guess.
Right, right. They probably just honestly didn't know at that point
Yeah,
what it was. You know,
yeah. That's probably most likely. And I think still talking about how bad the Bears are, and they're
you can relish in that for another minute or so.
actually I'm not. I know, like the whole Packers and Bears rivalry and
Right,
everything.
right.
I actually don't mind the Bears at all. I've never been hateful towards the Bears. I like Bears fans. I like the whole organization. I like that they have just as much history as Packer fans do. The one thing that I'm very confused about, which actually just happened very recently, it was after the Sunday game, was the Bears traded Jared Allen and John Bostic away.
Right.
Uh,
Jared Allen on the Carolina defense that was
uh,
already the best in the South, I think.
right.
So trying to kind of, you're seeing a little rivalry between Carolina defense and Atlanta offense down there, but it I'm not sure what the Bears were. Like, what was the point? What did they gain from those
Yeah,
trades?
I didn't see what they gained, and it's kind of like, man, you got a struggling team, and at week 3, you're gonna trade two
Right.
linebackers, not just like a linebacker and maybe like, I don't know, an offensive lineman, but like two linebackers. It's like your defense clearly wasn't being stellar to begin with, you
Yeah.
know.
I mean,
Uh,
cap space, I guess. They just I
Cap
mean,
space for what? I mean, you're gonna,
I'm assuming Jared Allen at least had a pretty hefty price tag.
I guess.
Yeah.
If they would need more cap space, I'm guessing it's just to pay Matt Forte. I mean, he's pretty much the only one who's really doing anything on their team.
How much are they paying Cutler? Probably too much. Yeah, too much.
I well, I mean, keep in mind Cutler was in the NFC Championship in 2010, so that's not too
Right.
far away. And then I think he had a pretty good season even in 2011. So arguably it's too much, but I think when they extended his contract, like they're expecting more results
Right.
out of him, which didn't end
Right.
up happening.
Same situation kind of with Baltimore and Flacco at the
Yeah,
moment, in my opinion.
exactly
Except Flacco won a ring.
true.
So,
I maybe you
Anyway,
should say that Flacco's defense won a ring for him worse than
right,
anything.
right, right. Yeah, the Bears actually they had a good defense that year in 2010, but a lot of that actually was Cutler. I was kind of picking at him just now, but
Yeah.
he's maybe a little underrated just
Uh,
because he's had big time moments where he is similar to why Romo gets shit on sometimes. I guess
yeah, I Cutler as much as he makes bad decisions to lose games, but
Mhm.
I would say it's almost as equal that sometimes when he makes like gutsy decisions, that when it works out for him, he wins games because of it. And I think that's something that a lot of people just don't seem to give him credit for or remember. Like people are only remembering just his really bad plays and
Well, that
calls.
he has a penchant for just bitching.
Yeah,
People don't usually like that quality in a
I will say
quarterback,
like I personally
especially.
don't like him because uh like if you want to compare even to like Packers and Rodgers, is if Packers have a bad game, Rodgers will come out there and like he flat out says like I didn't perform best like to my best, I didn't perform good enough. Next week I'm
Right.
gonna make sure to fix things. We're gonna work on it as a team. We're gonna do this. When Cutler has a bad game and there's fingers being pointed, he's pointing fingers other directions, and I think that's why
Yeah,
him
yeah,
and Brandon Marshall didn't get along the best. I think,
yeah.
because Marshall was pointing his finger at Cutler. Cutler then started pointing his finger back, and it didn't really
Right,
mix really well.
and I guess to bring this full circle, Russell Wilson kind of does similar to what Rodgers does. He owns up like the Super Bowl last year and all that.
Yeah.
So guess not too much more to say about this. Just Bears looking bad, even worse now. Seattle getting back into form, and there you go.
Yeah. And, we'll see what Seattle does from here on out. We're almost going into a quarter way of the season, and it was a much
Yeah.
desired win, and it was to
They
be
they
expected.
they're looking like a playoff team, honestly.
Yeah.
Gonna be hard to win the division. Arizona playing the way they are, but playoff team and the Bears looking like a early draft pick. So that's all I have to
Hey,
say.
shit. I mean, if Cutler comes back from his injury and he doesn't start winning games, they're probably going to start drafting another quarterback pretty soon.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Plus, we can always end it with